Howdy boys and girls, and welcome back once more again to the War Room. Here I've got a match between me under the alias Mega Erotica 6000 and just someone I was randomly matched against over the matchmaking system in Planetary Annihilation, as you can see. So I've been playing a little bit of this, and it's a bit of a culture shock. It's very spammy. It's a lot more spam focused than Supreme Commander for sure. And you know what? I don't really like that. It's got parts of it that I dig. It's got like the underlying concept I really enjoy, but the moment-to-moment gameplay not as interesting as Supreme Commander, I'm sad to say. But we're still going to give it a little bit of a try, so let me tell you what we got here. A couple of bot factories. This seems to be the flavor of the month strategy at the moment. Doc spam. These little bots here, they come out lightning fast. I believe, if I remember correctly, they cost about, each one costs about a third of a T1 tank, which is pretty wild. They come out so fast. Look how fast they're coming out, and this is nothing. Like, I've been taken down in under 5 minutes by someone just focusing on doc spam, and it's atrocious. It does not feel good. It's not fun. But so I don't want to like do that. I don't want to beat them at their own game, so to speak, in this case, because it just feels cheap to me. But I'm doing a half and half, so I'm sending out my docs to scout and like a little bit of raiding, as I feel they're meant to be used. But I'm also going to supplement my force with some tanks here, which I'm setting up right now. Now, I acknowledge straight out of the gate, this is probably not enough factories, but it seemed to work for us in the end. As you can see, my economy is stalling, and I'm terrible at this. I can never get the economy running smoothly. Like, it ends up working in the end, but it always stalls. Alright, so I have in fact discovered the enemy down here. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to show both sides of, both views, the radar of both players. I just figure it's a little more interesting just seeing what I saw during the game, so you get a better idea of why I did certain things, and based on my own vision. It adds a little bit more mystery to it. But let me know what you think. I'm happy to show both sides if that's what you want to do. So as you can see, I'm carefully microwing, probably poorly, my docs here. Managed to take out his defense force and a couple of extractors, which is not too shabby. I'm setting up a couple of sort of temporary, I suppose, turrets, because one thing I do like about Planetary Annihilation is these the laser towers seem to be so much more effective than their Supreme Commander counterparts. So I'm getting just a couple of them out, not enough to take too much time away from other tasks I should be performing. But this is just in case he rushes me while my own force is out attacking him, because I'm not really saving any units for defense, which is probably an error on my part, but strategy I'm trying out. Let's hang on. So I've just got this guy here. Yeah, like that. Still getting used to the replay controls. That's another thing. The controls and hotkeys and whatnot in Planetary Annihilation just, yeah. As you can see, I got my engineer to scurry up and get this sort of vein here, and then I'm going to cap it off with a couple of turrets and radar. Though I didn't need it in the end. Let's speed up a smidge. So I'm sort of testing his defenses at this point. If I can get in, get through, and cause some damage, that's great. But This is more so just testing. So as you can see, it's a mainly bot force, because they come out just so goddamn quick and they're so cheap. Supplemented by tanks. Here we go, a bit of micro, got to keep him on the move, but he does have a larger force. And I believe I just end up winning this confrontation by the skin of my ass. Yep, there we go. Oh, a little more than the skin of my ass. Ah, there it is. That's when I get taken out, because he's got his own tanks all up in here. So I'm just building up my force. And this was sort of a weird game. Like I'm so expecting him to just rush me or steamroll me at some point. Because I mean, what rush? He hasn't attacked me at all, really. Because that's been my experience over the past couple days. I've been playing as often as I can, because I haven't really given the game a lot of attention since its release. So over the past few days, I've been playing a lot, and it's just doc spam. That's it. I've had 2 interesting games, 2 out of like, I don't know, 20 or so, maybe more. One was where neither of us were spamming, we were just trading blows through this choke point, and there were turrets involved. It was really interesting. And another one that got into orbital straight away. Anyway, I'm neglecting my responsibilities here. I do manage to take out his factory here, and I've got one Inferno tank wedged between there, and I decided to go for the command, but then realized, no, I'm not going to reach him, so try and take out this factory before he gets rid of my tanks, and I just don't make it, so that factory is still standing. Now I believe I've lost my radar coverage here because I'm stalling on the power. Let's have a look at the units here. Oh man! Oh, he's got like more than twice the amount of units. Hang on, Faber. Oh, right, yeah. Sorry. Oh, but our factory count is pretty similar. Now this is probably because he's hanging back and using his superior numbers to take out all my attacks. So even though he's only got 1 more factory than I do, now we have the same amount of factories. He's ending up with more units just because he's not wasting them. And I do admit, this was not entirely part of my plan. At this point, I was sending in big forces to try and do some damage, and they were just getting taken out by his swarm, which was sort of an interesting strategy. This is something I haven't seen before, and this is partly why I'm uploading it, because it's one of the very few different matches I've had where it's not just docs, and it's over in 5 minutes. So he's kind of taking that strategy of just mass production of bots, but he's using them for defense instead. So at this point, I'm like, he probably knows what I'm doing, he knows my game. I'm just gonna send bots and tanks at him non-stop. He's producing units straight up the wazoo. He's got well over twice the amount of units that I have at this point. So like, let's change it up. Let's send in an air force. And this was not a great attack. I managed to take out a bunch of his bots here, but it did not do a lot of damage. So let's just hang on. Let's slow down for a second. Let's have a look what he's got here. So he's actually rocking the defenses, the defense towers, which is something I've been advised against, mainly by the spammers. I mean, yeah, there's the spammers and whatnot, but they're reasonably friendly. And I don't agree with their ideology, but I cannot fault their etiquette. Because usually when you get taken down within 5 minutes, just from cheap, what I would consider cheap tactics, you do get a little butt hurt. Doesn't matter how resilient you are. So I recognize that he's got, what's he got? Orbital deep space radar, right on. I saw that notification come up, so I'm like, I'm not too clear on what all the units do yet, especially rather on the orbital layer, because I haven't played around with it a lot. So I saw orbital, I'm like, oh shit, maybe he's getting an orbital thing ready to sort of break the stalemate that's going on here. So I figure, boom, let's get an orbital launcher going, and I figure considering that my radar is picking up his units here, he's probably got radar that's picking up my units as well. Hang on, let's see if we can find it. I thought I saw a radar here before. There's one. Hang on, can we get... No, we can't see the range on that. That's annoying. He can probably see my units, so I thought maybe he could see my Air Force massing here, so I bring it over here so he can't see how many I've got. Of course he knows it's there because I've attacked him, but at least it's hidden from his radar, hopefully. That was my thinking, but this thing might actually show him everything I got anyway. So I gotta wonder what's his game. He's playing entirely defensively at the moment, so I don't know what his strategy is unless he's like trying to get some super weapons up, something I haven't seen yet. So I got another huge force here that's made up entirely of... Oh no, not entirely. We've got some Infernos. We've got, what have we got? I forget the names of all these things. We've got a little bit of engineer. We've got Spinners, we've got Bolos, Docks, Infernos. That's pretty much it. I'm trying to take them around, right around as best I can. And I am soon going to realize that's not going to be enough. Anyway, as you might notice here, my picture-in-picture view. Let's pause for a second here. Picture-in-picture view. One too many pictures. I've got it set up on my other force. So while I'm concentrating on this one here, in here I've got my Air Force ready. Got them in the control group as they come out just through this window, and I'm going to set them up to attack without having to move the camera too much. Anyway. So he defends with a shitload of units, and this attack's going to fall flat, but split second thinking here, I go, shit, this isn't going to work. Maybe my Air Force is big enough. I'm going to send it in the other direction, and instead of, you know, last minute deciding instead of this being an attack force, it's a distraction force. So here we go. Some of them get taken out. And then I realize, oh shit, the commander's right there. Everyone on the commander. Health goes right down. And second pass, and is gone. Boom. Absolute madness. I'm very pleased with that result. I'm just quickly scanning over his base. He's got advanced, so maybe that was his game. Maybe he'd just gotten the advanced factory up and he was going to steamroll me with some more powerful units. Otherwise, that's sort of kind of feel bad pointing it out because that's typically my strategy, just defense, you know, but it's not going to work, especially in Planetary Annihilation, because you can't hide in cracks or corners or whatnot. Yeah, look at this. Setting up walls. Right on. There you go, guys. Anyway. First war room of Planetary Annihilation. I may do some more in the future. Perhaps not as many as Supreme Commander, considering how annoying and finicky the replay system is in Planetary Annihilation. Replays only last a few minutes and then you lose them. I don't know. There's got to be a way around it, but I haven't figured it out yet. So there you go. Let me know if you want to see more Planetary Annihilation and which you prefer. I really want to know whether you prefer Planetary Annihilation or Supreme Commander, both for watching and playing. I personally enjoy playing Supreme Commander more. I do enjoy watching Planetary Annihilation, but it's, at the moment at least, it's not really my thing in terms of playing. Anyway, that's enough babbling on. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Roleplay Gamer out.